Aha. Good. What do we do to get us in?
Are you doing your testing?
Yeah. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Boom. See y'all. Bam. Lip. Lip-a-doo. Click that. Aha. Perfect. Okay. Bloop. Aha. All right, let's get kicked off. Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk About It Dad Sports Podcast, where father and son break down the latest happenings in sports. I'm Killian, and with my co-host,
Dad.
And we are ready to talk about a new week of sports. Our email is letstalksportscjpj@gmail.com.
Yeah. Good job. Send us an email.
Yeah.
Let us know your questions. Let us know what you're interested in listening to and what you'd like us to talk about.
Your podcast listening media of choice.
Yeah.
You can share with your friends and family.
Like and subscribe. So that way you get a notification every time a new episode drops. Yeah. Comment on our podcast. Let us know how we're doing.
And like.
If you subscribe and you comment and like, more people get to find out about us and can listen to our podcast.
Yep.
Awesome. Great intro, Killian.
Thanks.
You're doing a really good job with that. Episode 31. How was your week this week?
Good.
Yeah?
I was using those discs as hockey pucks.
You were using discs as hockey pucks today?
Yeah.
Very cool. How'd that go?
Good.
Was it better than the hockey ball?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it even slided longer too.
Did it? Very good.
Better than the hockey balls.
Yeah. The balls just roll, right?
Yeah, the balls just roll.
Yeah.
Rolling is just boring.
Rolling is boring. Is that right?
Yep, rolling is boring.
Okay.
Rolling balls is just boring.
Boring, yeah. Sliding pucks is more exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Anything else going on this last week that you want to share with the listeners?
I've had a few hockey games.
Yeah. How are those games going?
Good. The Red Wings beat the Ducks, and the Red Wings beat the Penguins.
Very good.
So.
Good. Gotta like the sound of that. Cool. Anything else new?
Not yet.
Okay. Cool.
Alright.
You ready to jump into the sports?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. We didn't get any emails from listeners this week.
Okay.
But remember,
maybe next week.
Yep, and we did send, I'll send another, or I'll mention again that Uncle Andrew sent us an email last week, and we're still waiting on a response from him in regards to who he thinks is going to miss the cut and win the Masters next weekend.
Yeah.
Which happens from April 9th to the 12th. So hopefully he can get back to us. If any other listeners are big golf fans, send us an email with who you think's going to win the Masters this year, the 90th year.
Who's going to be your biggest blunder?
Who's going to be the biggest blunder and miss the cut?
And who is going to be your defense?
Yep. Which last week you said Rory's going to win it and Scotty is going to get cut, right?
Yeah.
And I picked Tommy Fleetwood to win it, and I said Jordan Spieth was going to be my biggest blunder and miss the cut.
Yeah, and Sky's my biggest blunder.
All right, you ready to jump on in?
Yep. What's first?
College basketball. Again, it's bracket season. We have 14 members in the bracket challenge, and this weekend, coming up, we have the Final Four and the National Championship game. So there's only 3 games left. The winner will get to be the next co-host on the podcast. Our current leader is Nate Isman, Go Blue. So one of my buddies...
Blue Devils?
No, he says Go Blue for Michigan. He's a big Michigan fan.
Why does he say "Go Blue"?
Because that's like Michigan's chant. They yell "Go Blue," is what they say.
Go blue, go white.
Just like how Michigan State says "Go green, go white." Michigan fans, they just say "Go blue"
And go white.
No, they don't even say "Go white." They just say "Go blue." That's what they say.
Yeah.
Or they say "Hail to the victors." So right now, Nate Isman, Go Blue, is in first with 840 points.
Whoa.
Following behind him is AJ Fizzle. He's one of my friends as well, Anthony. He is at 770 points. And
who's behind your other friend?
Behind Anthony and Nate, with the next best opportunity to win with the max total points left, is Granddad.
Yep.
And then following up, they have a potential of 1,230 points. And Uncle Mike with a potential for 1,180 points. But a lot's got to happen. Essentially, Uncle Mike's got Arizona to win it all. Granddad's got Illinois to win it all.
Okay.
Nate Isman Go Blue has Arizona to win it all.
Arizona
over Michigan, which is crazy. And AJ Fizzle has Michigan to win it all. Nobody's picked
Michigan State.
UConn to win it all. And those are the final four teams, which we'll talk about here in a second.
Yeah, and I picked Michigan State.
Yeah, so...
Mia picked the Tar Heels.
Yeah.
Who did you pick?
I picked Iowa State.
Yeah, and who did Mom pick?
She picked the Tar Heels as well, I think.
No, not the Tennessee Tar Heels.
The North Carolina Tar Heels, you mean?
Not the North.
Yeah, she picked the Tar Heels.
But you picked a team that's red and has a K and a U.
Oh, she picked Houston.
Houston.
In
Mia
the
picked
other league.
Tennessee.
In the other bracket challenge, yeah.
And Mia picked the Tennessee Tar Heels.
Mm-hmm. The North Carolina Tar Heels.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
All right,
So, you ready to pick the final four games?
Yep.
All right. So, actually, more review. Last week, in the Sweet 16 Day 2 picks, we both went 1-3. We did not do very good with our picks last week. The Big Ten still has two teams alive.
I have 1-3, and you have 1-3.
Exactly. So that brings your overall record, Killian, to 11-9 on the podcast for college basketball NCAA tournament picks, and I am 13-7.
Okay.
So I've got a better record than you.
Well, you shouldn't be doing the record.
Well, it could come down to this to see who gets ice cream.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
So, the Big Ten still has two teams alive, and the number one overall Duke lost to the number 2 UConn Huskies in a buzzer beater from half court. It was a crazy end to the game. So, in the Final Four, we're going to pick the Final Four games, and then we're going to pick who our national champion is going to be, okay?
Okay.
First up, number 3, Illinois, Fighting Illini, against the number 2, UConn Huskies at 6:09 p.m. on Saturday, April 4th. They're playing in Indianapolis.
Are we doing a, recap?
We just did the recap.
Okay.
This is picks. So who do you got between Illinois and UConn?
Illinois.
Illinois, I'm going to go for Illinois as well. Let's go Fighting Illini.
Yeah, they beat,
Do you remember?
UCLA. No, it's not UCLA. It's, Texas. No. It was...
What are you trying to think of?
It was the one that... USC.
USC. That was in
Michigan,
football.
Yeah, they beat them.
So
They beat them good, and at halftime, I saw their Illinois coach had a kid in his hands.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, to get to the Final Four, UConn, as mentioned before, beat Duke in the Elite Eight. Illinois beat Iowa 71-59 in the Elite Eight. Duke beat St. John's in the Sweet 16 with Illinois beating Houston in the Sweet 16. In round 2, Duke beat TCU, and Illinois beat VCU. And then in
Dad, what's Illinois' mascot?
Fighting Illini. It is an indigenous person from Illinois. Someone who has lived there a group of people that have lived there for a very long time. My dad, yeah. Your granddad.
No. Granddad's dad.
Yeah, so your great-granddad.
Yeah, my
granddad.
Yeah, my great-granddad lived in Illinois.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he didn't. Grandma told me on Saturday.
Yeah?
After the fun week.
Huh.
During quiet time, she told me that my great-granddad lived in Illinois.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
They both passed away.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And someone else is probably there.
In that space, or in that farm now.
Yeah, in that farm in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of their friends. Probably one of my great-granddad's friends.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Probably getting
keeping care of the cows.
Yeah, they're all fenced in.
They're all fenced in. Yeah. Well, thanks for that tidbit. I did not know that. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Yep. Okay, you ready to make the next pick?
Yep.
All right, the winner of that game between Illinois and UConn
will face these two teams.
Exactly, is going to face the winner of the number 1 Arizona Wildcats against the number 1 Michigan Wolverines. They play at 8:49 p.m. on Saturday, April 4th in Indianapolis. Who do you like in this matchup, U of M or Arizona?
I think I'm going for Arizona.
You're going for Arizona?
Because they have a red A.
Yeah, I see that A. Yep. I'm going to go for Arizona as well. I bet all the Michigan fans are pretty excited about that because we keep picking against Michigan, and then they end up winning. But I'd have to do it in purpose. Let's go Wildcats.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Beat those stinking Wolverines.
Beat those stinking Wolverines. So we both think that Illinois and Arizona are going to make it to the national championship game.
Yeah, and then I want Michigan.
Yeah.
And Michigan State to make it to finals.
Well, that's what I mean. The national championship game is the finals.
I want Michigan State and Michigan.
Well, unfortunately, Michigan State's already out, and you just picked Arizona. So, if you had to pick between Arizona and Illinois to win the national title, the finals, who do you pick?
Dad, if Michigan State's back, I'm still going for them.
Totally, exactly. But they're not going to be back.
Yeah.
So we got to wait till next year for Michigan State basketball to be back. You picked Illinois and Arizona to win the Final Four games. Who do you think would win out of those two teams when they play each other in the finals? Illinois or Arizona?
I think I'll go for Arizona and Michigan to go. It's all finals. No, Illinois and Michigan.
Illinois and Michigan? So you don't want to pick Arizona. You want to pick Michigan?
No, I'm still... okay, fine. I'll switch my pick.
Well, you don't have to switch your pick. I'm just asking you. I don't want to confuse you. I'm trying to help you.
I'm switching my pick because I want Illinois and Michigan...
In the finals?
In the finals.
Okay.
And then next year's bracket...
Right.
I want Michigan State and Michigan.
Okay. Sounds good. So, you want Illinois against Michigan, an all Big Ten final. I love it. Do you think Illinois is going to win the national title or Michigan?
I think I'm going for Illinois to do that.
Illinois to be the champion. All right.
Illinois champion.
I'm going to say Arizona because I still think they're going to beat Michigan, and then I'm going to say Arizona is going to be the champion. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Awesome. So, we've got some college basketball to watch this weekend. All right?
Click it again.
Next up, we got some college hockey. Sound good? So, Killian, you went 4-3 on your first round picks.
Nice.
Well, I went 3-4, so you beat me. Good work.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, round 2 did not fare well for our teams, with both Michigan State and Western Michigan losing in the second round. Michigan State lost 4-3 to Wisconsin in overtime, giving up a 2-goal lead late in the third period, which was devastating. And then
it popped over to overtime.
Yep. And then Western Michigan lost to their conference rivals, the Denver Pioneers, in the second round. So the matchups in Las Vegas for the Frozen Four, which are going to be held on April 9th and 11th, are going to be the North Dakota Fighting Hawks against the Wisconsin Badgers at 5 p.m. on Thursday, April 9th. These times are Eastern Standard Time. So who do you got in that first matchup, Killian, between Wisconsin and North Dakota?
Wisconsin.
Going for Wisconsin. I like it. I think I'll root for Wisconsin as well. All right. And then the winner of this game will face the winner of the University of Denver Pioneers against the Michigan Wolverines at 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, April 9th.
I have a hockey puck with Penn State, Western Michigan, and the BU Terriers and the Denver Pioneers.
That's right. Denver is coming back. They're actually the only returning team from last year's Frozen Four, coming back to the Frozen Four again this year after beating Western Michigan in the second round. They didn't get a first-place bid, but they are looking really strong this year, for sure. And they play the number 1 Michigan Wolverines, again, 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, April 9th. The winners will face off on Saturday, April 11th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who do you got in this matchup, Killian? Do you have the University of Denver Pioneers or the Michigan Wolverines?
Denver.
Going for Denver?
Because they have a red
I like
D.
it. Yep.
And they have a little bit of gold, like Oakland.
A little bit of gold like Oakland. Who do you have winning the national title then on Saturday? So you picked Wisconsin and Denver. Who do you think's going to win? Wisconsin or Denver?
Is Michigan... I think I'll go to Michigan State.
No, remember, Michigan State lost to Wisconsin, so they cannot be available to win the national title this year. Maybe next year. Mm-hmm. But this year...
I'll still go for Denver.
You're going for Denver over Wisconsin?
Well, kind of... I'll do this one as the same score as Michigan State and Wisconsin.
Okay, so you want a 4-3 game in overtime in the national title?
Yeah, so Wisconsin's going to have 4 and Denver's going to have 3.
Okay, so you think Wisconsin's going to win the national title then?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I'm going to pick Wisconsin as well. Okay?
Okay.
So we think that they're going to win the national title.
Okay.
Awesome. Good work.
Yep.
And then we'll be done with college hockey for the year. We'll have to wait till next year.
Yep.
All right, you ready to jump into the next sport?
Yep.
All right, next up, new sport. The season's already started.
Baseball.
But we've got Major League Baseball. It's back. And it started last Wednesday. So we're recording this Wednesday, April 1st, which is not a joke. But last Wednesday, the Major League Baseball season started with the Yankees playing the Giants on March 25th. And then most of the other teams had their opening day on Thursday, March 26th.
So we've got here the Tigers against...
You're going to have to learn the logos. You take a guess to think...
LST.
Where have you seen this logo before on maybe some clothes that Mama has?
The Cardinals!
Very good. Yeah, so last year when I went to the Frozen Four with Granddad and Uncle Mike, it was in St. Louis, and we went to a Cardinals game on the Friday in between the first games and the national title game, which was on Saturday. And we got a free sweatshirt. And
for Mom.
And Mom loves wearing it. So, yes, the Tigers are currently sitting at 2-4 on the season. They've had, let's see, 2 losses. Or I'm sorry, they've had... let me see where their start is. They have beat the Padres twice. Then they lost to the Padres. And then they lost all 3 games that they had against the Diamondbacks from Arizona.
Okay.
So they're on a 4-game losing streak after starting the season 2-0. They play the Cardinals with their home opener, so their game at Comerica Park, on Friday, April 3rd at 1:10 p.m. And then they'll play the Cardinals on Saturday, the 4th of April at 1:10, and then Sunday, the 5th at 7:20 p.m. That game is actually going to be on Peacock for those of you who would like to watch it. So, who do you got in the matchup between the Tigers and the St. Louis Cardinals?
Tigers are the winner.
Tigers are going to be the winner. All right. So, what I thought we would do...
I'm the winner.
Who says that?
Toad Jr.
Yeah.
I'm the winner.
That's so funny.
And he does this.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right. So, what I thought we would do is, since the season is still really early and they have a lot of games to play, I thought we would have you pick who you think is going to win each division this year. Okay? So there's 6 divisions. There are 3 in what's called the American League, or the AL. That's where the Tigers are. And hold on. And there are 3 divisions in the National League, or the NL.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the AL East, the NL East, the AL West, the NL West, and the AL Central, and the NL Central. Okay?
Dad, what is the team that has a hat logo with orange and white and black?
That's probably the Giants, the San Francisco Giants.
Okay, let's go.
So, I put this up for you, okay? So these are the AL divisions.
That's...
Oh, that team. Okay, so that's the
Yeah.
Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, I like those.
Okay, so listen.
The Tigers play the Orioles, too.
Yeah, so we're not going to look at these ones for right now. We're just going to look at the AL East. So you've got the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Yankees, the Baltimore Orioles, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Boston Red Sox. Who do you think is going to be the best team out of that division?
That's going to be the Orioles.
You're going to say the Orioles. Okay. I think that's...
Because I like that logo, too. I like that logo.
Okay. So, Killian's got the Orioles. I'm going to go with the Yankees. Even though I don't really like them. But I do think they've got the best team in the AL East.
Okay.
All right, next up, we've got the AL Central. You got the Detroit Tigers, the Cleveland Guardians, the Minnesota Twins, the Kansas City Royals, or the Chicago White Sox. Who do you think is going to win that one?
Tigers.
Tigers. I got the Tigers as well.
Yeah, they're a hometown team.
Yep. All right. In the AL West, we've got the Texas Rangers, the Los Angeles Angels, the Houston Astros, the Seattle Mariners, and I think this throws me for a loop. They're the Athletics. I don't know if they are in Las Vegas or still in Oakland yet.
Oakland University.
Not Oakland University, but like Oakland, California.
Oh, Oakland, California.
So, who do you like in this division? Who do you think is going to win it?
That team.
The top one, the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, the Texas Rangers. So I got the Orioles. I've got the Tigers and the Rangers.
I like it. Very good. I like the Rangers as well. I think they're going to win, although they're going to have to compete against the Houston Astros, but I think they're going to do well. All right?
All right, let's...
So next up, we've got the National League, or the NL. So in the NL East, you've got the Miami Marlins, the New York Mets, the Washington Nationals, the Atlanta Braves, or the Philadelphia Phillies.
I'll do the Phillies.
You're going to do the Phillies?
No.
You're going to root for a team from Philadelphia?
No.
Wow.
It's gonna be this one.
The Atlanta Braves?
Yeah.
I like that pick, too.
Because we watched the Brave movie.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a
Yeah.
good association, I guess. I'm going to go with the Braves as well.
All right.
Next up, we've got the NL Central. You have the Milwaukee Brewers, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Cincinnati Reds, the Pittsburgh Pirates, or the Chicago Cubs.
I'll do the Cardinals.
You're going with the Cardinals. Okay. I'm going to go with the Brewers.
What's the Brewers logo look like?
It's like a baseball glove with a baseball in it.
Okay.
All right, and then last but not least, we've got the NL West with the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are the back-to-back champions. They won the last 2 championships in a row, okay? They're going for the three-peat. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the San Diego Padres, the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Colorado Rockies, or the San Francisco Giants.
Giants.
You're going with the Giants, okay. I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks.
Well, these are the Diamondbacks.
This one right here.
Diamondbacks,
The A.
yeah. The Diamondbacks.
All right, and then who do you think is going to win the World Series, the championship, out of all the teams?
I think the Cardinals and the Tigers are going to tie in that.
Okay, they could face off against each other in the finals because they're in opposite conferences.
Yeah, we're gonna
Or
do
leagues.
a tie in the final.
Okay, so you've got
In the final.
the Tigers and the Cardinals.
To tie it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go for the
close game.
Tigers.
I want this to be 5-4.
Mm.
So the
That'd be a great
Cardinals
game.
will get 4,
Yeah.
and the Tigers will get 5.
Okay.
And the
And
Cardinals
the Tigers
will get...
winning it all.
Yep.
Awesome. I love it. Well, we
What's
can
next?
get into some baseball this summer. Okay.
What's next?
All right. Next up, I've got I think 2 or 3 more sports for us. Okay. We still doing good?
Yep.
All right.
Let's
next
click
up,
into it.
NHL.
NHL, my
Yeah.
Red Wings.
Your Red Wings. Unfortunately, at the time of recording, the Red Wings are still in 6th place in the division
Ugh.
with 86 points. Last night they just lost to the Penguins, I think 5-2. And they're behind the Canadiens with 96 points, the Tampa Bay Lightning with 98, and the Sabres, who are at 100 points on the season. Carolina leads their division with 100 points, with the Penguins at 92 and the Islanders at 89 behind them. The Bruins, who have 94 points, and the Blue Jackets.
Oh, those stinking Blue Jackets, they beat us in the Stanley Cup!
I know. They have 88 points, and they are holding on to the final playoff spots in the wild card. The Red Wings are battling.
We dislike those Blue Jackets.
We do, and they're battling with the Senators, the Islanders,
The Red Wings.
the Flyers, the Red Wings, the Blue Jackets. All these teams are trying to get into the playoffs. In the West, the Avalanche are on the top of their division in the whole NHL with 108 points.
Whoa.
Followed by the Stars, who have 100 points, and the Wild with 94 points. In the Pacific,
Is crazy.
Yeah, I know. In the Pacific, the Ducks are in the lead with 87 points, followed by the Oilers with 85 and the Golden Knights with 82. The Mammoth and the Predators hold the final playoff spots in the West, with the Kings, Jets, Sharks, and Kraken close behind them.
Whoa.
So, I've got 3 games for us to pick. They're all Eastern Conference games that have playoff implications, okay? First up, Actually, just a quick review from last week. You picked the Red Wings over the Sabres, and I think you even gave a scoreline, didn't you? What'd you say? You said that the Red Wings are going to win 6-1, right?
Yeah, and it ended up being 5-2.
That's right. The Red Wings ended up being sparked by Alex DeBrincat's 3-goal first period, and the Red Wings won 5-2 over the Sabres.
Oh, I thought they were going to get one more goal.
I know. 5-2, though. So that was a good pick.
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah.
Dad, did you watch any of that game?
No, I didn't. And you and I both went 2-1 on our picks last week.
Wow.
So we picked the Lightning.
Dad, did the Lightning beat the Senators?
The Lightning deal the Senators a blow in the playoff race by beating them 4-2. So the Lightning won that game. And then unfortunately, the Florida Panthers couldn't beat the Islanders, and the Islanders rally from a multi-goal deficit to beat the Panthers 5-2 as well, which was a bummer. We needed that one. Yeah. All right. So, ready for some picks?
But we got the Red Wings and the Lightning right.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the Panthers and the Islanders wrong.
Exactly. So we both went 2-1. So I got three games for us to pick this week. It's
still good.
Oh yeah, still a great record. Yeah.
Still good.
All right, ready? First up, the Red Wings play the Flyers on Thursday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. I know, from Philadelphia.
Yeah, we don't like playing Philadelphia teams.
No, they're the worst.
Yeah, and we don't like playing Blue Jacket teams either.
Yeah, we don't like anybody from Columbus, right?
Yeah.
Ugh, bummer.
Yeah, and we don't even like fans and teams from Philadelphia.
Yeah, we don't, do we?
But we don't like a lot of the other teams.
A lot of the other teams, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Except
there's always got to be
Detroit.
like one team that you don't like, right?
Yeah, there's got to be teams.
Two teams that you don't like? Yeah. What teams are those?
I don't like...
You probably have a few, actually. Like, we don't like the
Blue
Blackhawks,
Jackets,
the Blue Jackets,
the Philadelphia
the Flyers. You didn't like the Mammoth. You don't like their logo, right? Yeah.
I kind of like the Kraken's logo, too.
Yeah, the Kraken's got a pretty cool logo.
Yeah, they got like a little red.
Yeah, there's a little red in there. That always helps you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so who do you got in this matchup between the Red Wings and the Flyers?
Red Wings.
Red Wings. I'm going to go with the Red Wings, too. Do you have a score prediction?
I'll do 3-0.
3-0. Very good. I like it. Is Patrick King going to score?
Yeah, what about...
Dylan Larkin?
Yeah, Dylan Larkin's going to score the last goal.
Okay, good. I love it. An empty netter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
All we got to do is give their goalie a penalty.
Ooh, yeah, definitely. All right, you ready to pick the next one?
If the goalie drops his stick across the goal line, we're kicking him into a penalty box.
That is a penalty, yes. Usually, though, the goalie doesn't go into the penalty box. They just send another player for him. Unless the goalie gets kicked out of the game altogether.
Yeah, we got to kick that goalie out of the game.
Yeah. Get in his head, rattle his cage.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take his helmet off and his stick away.
Oh, that's not very fair. We can't cheat. That's cheating. All right, you ready for the next one? Yeah. Next up, the Sabres play the Senators. Sabres against the Senators. We're battling with the Senators right now for that last wild card spot. They play on Thursday, April 2nd at 7 p.m.
Yeah, this is my bowl. This is my Sabres. Look.
Oh, I like that. That's intimidating. Very intense. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so who you got in this one?
Sabres.
Me too. Let's go Sabres.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we really need the Sabres to help us out.
Yeah. All right, do that Buffalo Sabres look again. All right.
Turn it into a cartoon.
I will. Maybe that'll be the episode art for this episode. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Last but not least.
Oh.
Who do we got?
Blue Jackets.
The Columbus Blue Jackets against, who are they facing?
The Hurricanes.
The Carolina Hurricanes on Thursday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. Who do you got in this one?
They're playing tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes, I like that.
We really need those Hurricanes to help us out.
Yes, definitely. Let's go. Hopefully we can go 3-0 on our picks this week.
Yeah, and we need to kick the Blue Jackets goalie out entirely.
Entirely?
And leave our goalie in.
Yeah. Okay.
The Hurricanes
if you
going
say
in.
so. All right. I've got, I think, like I said, two more sports for us, okay? This week, it's the FA Cup Quarterfinal weekend in England. So no English Premier League this weekend. We also didn't have any English Premier League last weekend because it was a international break. But we have the FA Cup Quarterfinal this weekend with the first matchup, Man City hosting Liverpool on Saturday, April 4th at 7:45 a.m. Who do you like in this matchup, Killian?
I think we're going to need Liverpool to help us out.
Okay, so you're going for Liverpool. I'm going to go for Liverpool as well.
Yeah,
Let's go Liverpool.
Yeah, we need Liverpool to help West Ham out so we can, mark a winning spot.
Okay, yeah. I think it would be great for Liverpool's season. They're really struggling in the Premier League, so if they could keep going through and win the FA Cup, that would be huge for them. All right, next up.
Yeah.
Chelsea are hosting Port Vale FC on Saturday, April 4th at 12:15 p.m. Port Vale, fun fact, is the lowest remaining team. They're currently 24th, which is in the regulation.
The middle kind of looks like West Ham's kind of.
Yeah. So they're right now in the relegation zone for League One, so they could drop down into League Two. They're 60 places lower than Chelsea.
Dad, we need to keep
Port Vale
and Chelsea relegated.
Oh, well, I don't think Chelsea's going to get relegated from the Premier League. Remember, these are in two different leagues, but they're playing in this tournament that is all of England. All the English teams play against each other in this tournament. And Port Vale, so Chelsea is in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. Then there's the Championship, and then there's League One. So Port Vale is 2 leagues below Chelsea, and they're like one of the worst teams in that 2 leagues below. So there's 60 places behind Chelsea.
And we need them, and we need Port Vale to stay relegated.
Not necessarily. They're in a completely different league than West Ham. But
yeah, we need.
This is for the FA Cup, not for keep staying in the league. Okay?
Yeah.
So, who do you think is going to win this matchup? Port Vale or Chelsea?
I'm going to do this one as a draw.
Well, they can't draw because they're in the quarterfinals of this tournament.
What
so it would go to penalty shootout if it was a draw.
Let's do Chelsea to win.
Okay.
We're going to do 3-1.
3-1. Okay. I like that pick. I'm going to pick Port Vale, though. I want to root for the underdog. Let's go underdogs. You can do it.
Nope.
It's going to be a tall order. But they just beat a Premier League team in the last FA Cup round. Maybe they can do it again. Mm-hmm. But this one will be at Chelsea. So it'll be really, really tough for Port Vale. All right, next up. Southampton, who's in the Championship. They're currently sitting in 6th.
Why did they change their logo?
They didn't change their logo. That's Southampton. They're the Saints.
Southampton Saints.
Yep.
And why did they use a soccer ball as a head?
It kind of looks like the soccer ball is the head, but it's got a halo over the soccer ball because they're the Saints. Isn't that kind of funny?
And what's that part for?
It's like a scarf of their colors, red and white.
And what's this part for?
That's a tree.
And water?
Over water, I guess. Because I think they're like along the south shore of England. So they're in the Championship. They're currently sitting in 6th place, which is in the playoff zone. They're hosting Arsenal, who's right now the league leaders in the Premier League. They play on Saturday, April 4th at 3 p.m. Who do you like in this matchup, Killian?
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
We need Arsenal to help us out.
All right, I'm going to go for Arsenal as well. Last but not least, West Ham in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, hosting Leeds on Saturday, April 5th. On Sunday, April 5th. The only game on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. The Hammers take on Leeds at the Olympic Stadium. Who do you think's going to win this one?
West Ham.
Yeah, come on, you Irons.
Yeah, and today we saw Mason Jackson's dad building a new play set.
Oh, interesting.
And Jackson was using that baseball bat and whacking the ground like it was whacking in a nail with a hammer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. All right, so you got West Ham. All right, last but not least, I think I have an update on Australian Footy League. Do you want to jump in? Let's go. All right.
Dad, this is my Brisbane Lions look.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, so last weekend, the Geelong Cats and the Brisbane Lions both came out victorious as the Cats beat the Adelaide Crows 68-60, close game. And the Brisbane Lions beat the St. Kilda Saints, sorry Aunt Mary, 113-80. They blew them out.
Yeah, blew.
The
like
Cats.
This. It blew them out like this.
Wow. The Cats are currently 10th in the ladder. Remember, in the Australian Footy League, they call it a ladder.
Why?
Right? Like, whereas in America, we call things standings, right?
Yeah,
And in England Premier League, they call it the table. That's right. Very good. So they call it a ladder. So there's 10th in the ladder with a 2-1 record. And the Lions are 13th with a 1-2 record. The Western Bulldogs, Uncle Mike's Western Bulldogs, are in second.
You should have put the logo
I
here.
will. I have the logo on the next slide. Just wait 1 second. The Western Bulldogs are in second, only below the Gold Coast Suns, based on goal differential. Both teams are 3-0. So right now, the league is being led by the Gold Coast Suns. Okay? So, let's do some picks. Brisbane will host the Collingwood Magpies on Thursday, April 2nd at 4:30 a.m.
That's a magpie?
That's a magpie. It's a bird.
Well, last time you told me it had, like, blue feathers on the back.
They do usually in real life have blue feathers, but the logo is just black and white because I think that's Collingwood's colors. So, Collingwood currently sits in 7th with a 2-1 record. Who do you like in this matchup, Killian? Brisbane or Collingwood?
Brisbane.
I'm going to go with Brisbane as well.
Okay.
All right, next up. The Gold Coast Suns, the team that is the league leaders, will travel to face the Melbourne Demons on Sunday, April 5th at 1:15 a.m. Melbourne are currently sitting in 8th with the Demons with a 2-1 record. Who do you like in this matchup, Killian? Do you like Gold Coast Suns or the Melbourne Demons?
Gold Coast. This is my Gold Coast look.
Nice. All right, I'm going to go with the Demons.
Okay.
Let's go Demons. All right, next up. The Western Bulldogs host the Essendon Bombers.
The Essendon Bombers? Like a bum.
No, not bummers. Bombers. They're like big planes that drop bombs. They're like big fighter jets. You know how like when we watch the Super Bowl and those big jets fly over the stadium while they're doing the national anthem? That's what a bomber is.
That's a bomber?
Yeah. So the Essendon Bombers on Sunday, April 5th at 5:28 a.m. Essendon currently sit in 17th.
The Essendon Boomers.
Bombers. They're in 17th with an 0-3 record. They have 3 losses so far this season.
Okay.
Whereas Western Bulldogs have 3 wins. Who do you got in this matchup, Killian?
Western.
I'm going to go with Western as well. I think they're going to be too much for the Bombers.
They have a little red on the top.
They do, yeah.
Yeah,
And their letters are red, too.
Yeah, and Dad, I only pick them when they're not playing the Brisbane Lions.
Exactly, yes, totally. Or the Geelong Cats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure?
But I like picking them when they play the Geelong Cats.
Oh, bummer, dude. Not
This
cool.
is my Bulldog look.
You're a Bulldogs look. All right, last but not least, we got the Geelong Cats traveling to face the Hawthorn Hawks.
Whoa.
On Monday, April 6th at 1:15 a.m. Hawthorn currently sitting in 5th with a 2-1 record. Who do you like in this matchup, Killian?
Geelong.
Geelong. All right, I got Geelong too, of course. Hopefully they can go 3-1. All right, ready?
Yep.
That's all I got for tonight.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun. Those are a lot of great sports. Do you have anything else?
Dad, cartoon, everything.
Yeah, I'll try and turn your picture into a cartoon and put it as the cover art for the episode. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the listeners tonight? No?
No.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for listening. Again, be sure to share us with your friends and family. Like and subscribe so you get the notifications when our podcast episodes drop. And more people can find us if you comment and like our episodes. If you have an email, send us an email. What's our email, Killian?
Let's talk sports, cjpg@gmail.com.
We want to hear from you, whether it's about the Australian Footy League or the Masters or F1 or NHL, college basketball, whatever it is. Even a random sport that we haven't even talked about or heard of yet. Send us
water polo.
Like water polo. Send us your questions and your comments. We look forward to chatting with you again next week. Enjoy your weekend of sports.